Hey y'all, Bob with Million Mile Garage. Today I'm going to be changing out the oil filter adapter gasket on our 2005 Honda Odyssey, and it's going to be a Felpro kit, part number 72951. We're using a 12mm socket attached to a large 1/2-inch drive because I'm a firm believer in having a lot of leverage when you crack the bolts loose, even when they're smaller fasteners. And we've got, looks like 3 fasteners, one there, there, and one down there. Let's see if we can get these cracked loose. I'm going to break the first one loose. There we go. We'll come in and hit this one. There we go. And then I'll just grab that third one up in there, pull those out, and we'll have it all. Okay, with all 3 of the fasteners out, it should be pretty easy to just come in and just grab a hold of it and pull it off. Probably gonna be a little oil come out. Yep. There we go. Just showing you in here. There's the internals. Won't be able to tell until I wipe it off, but it looks like maybe it was fairly tight. I'm not sure that one was leaking, but it's so easy to do. I hate not to do it since I spent all that time with what I think was the major leak, the oil pan leak. So let's get this on the bench and we'll take a look at it. All right, sitting on the bench, just an FYI, there are 2 different length bolts. The 2 short ones go here and here. It's real easy. Just remember the long one is the uppermost one, right? This one's just a tad higher than that one next to the pulley. Rolling it over. Let's take a look at it's just a big molded rubber gasket, right? It's kind of a weird looking O-ringy type gasket. And it looks like the replacement one looks just like it. That's nice. Not sure what the extra O-rings are for. I guess maybe there's different versions. But anyway, looks like I'm only going to use the large one. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take an awl or a pick, and I'm just going to just dig this out. It should come right out pretty easy. With the help of an awl, I got this started, and this should just pull right out. There's not much to it. There's the old one. And it's not feeling super pliable. That definitely was old and dry. And I'm just going to come in and probably just hit that with a little carb cleaner or something, get that nice and clean. I'm going to do the same thing on the engine block side. And the only thing I have to do is just stick in the new gasket and bolt it back down. Okay, I got her wiped down pretty good. The clean freak in me is dying to blast that with carb cleaner, but I really don't want to get any carb cleaner on that new Honda Bond, HT Honda Bond that I put on there. I don't know if that'll make it brittle or attack it, so I'm just going to leave that alone. I just wiped her down real good. I don't even think there's any need to hit it with Scotch-Brite or anything. I don't see. Everything feels super smooth. It's just slightly discolored. So that's more than good enough just to put an O-ring type seal back on and torque it down. So that's what we're going to do. I took my gloves off just so I can go around with my bare hands and make sure there's no grit in there. Everything feels super clean. And obviously I'll change that filter out once I get this bolted back on. It's probably got carb cleaner in it now, no big deal. So, yep, there's our new gasket. It's nice and squishy compared to the other one that's just about rock hard. And they look to be exactly the same. Yep, so we'll go with that. So this should go in just like that. Press it in. Yep, she'll go right in. That's nice. Yep. That's good. And it's kind of a press fit. I think that's what's got those little things hanging off of it. Right there. That kind of gets it to stay in the groove. Those little tabs they have sticking out here and there. Alright, so that should be fine. Oops. A little bit of lubricant coming out. That's fine. Alright, I'm going to bolt that on the engine block, and I think we'll be good to go. Hey, I did notice the long bolt has what looks like a little sealer on the end of it. It almost looks like Honda Bond. And I noticed there's a little oil on the threads, which actually could have been because the big O-ring old one was leaking, right? But that might actually be a hole that threads into a spot on the block where there's actually oil that can run past the threads. So I think I may dab just a little Honda Bond just on the end of the threads on this one long one. The other two don't have any evidence of sealer, and they look like they just don't go into anywhere where they're going to hit water or oil. So we're just going to leave those alone. I'm going to put just a dab of sealer on this. I'm going to clean it off with carb cleaner, get a good clean. You just put a dab on the end of it like they did and thread it in. A little dab will do you. Okay, with the other two bolts started, I'm just going to take the one with the Honda Bond on it and just stick it in that hole right there. See if I can smear it all over everything else too while I'm doing it. Alright, we'll just get that one started and then we'll snug them up and we should be good to go. Alright, I just went in and snugged them up. I'm going to say they're probably in that 15 to 18 foot-pounds. I used a 3/8 to snug them up so I don't go overboard. And no particular pattern. I did tighten the top one and the bottom one first, and then went in and grabbed the long one on the top and just went around again and checked them. Just enough to make the bolt stretch. We're just compressing an O-ring here, so it's not rocket science. But anyway, she's in, and hopefully she's housebroken.